Welcome to another episode of Virtual Travel with Super. My name is Connie. Together with me are my co-hosts, Christy and William.
Hello.
Before we begin, we'd like to congratulate the prize winner of the last episode.
Yay! So William, today Europe involved which exciting countries?
Well, Christy, today we will bring you to the heart of the Baltic countries.
Wow, Baltic countries.
Connie, I'm sure you can let us know which are the Baltic countries.
Haha, William, yes, of course. I'm familiar with the Baltic countries. Baltics involve three major countries, which are Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. These countries occupy the eastern part of the Baltic Sea and therefore is also known as the Baltic states. And their neighboring countries, of course, are Russia, Belarus, and Poland.
Actually, there's a bit of history as to why our company is the first travel agent to bring tours to the Baltics.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Last time I have a friend, I wanted to visit Lithuania.
Okay.
So I created a draft to our team and then they managed to create an itinerary from there for me.
Oh, who's that lucky person?
Well, if you're watching, you know who you are.
Oh, okay. You know who you are, eh? Okay.
So William, what can we see in these three countries? Can you tell us more?
Okay, so they are all different from each other. I would say that we should probably look at these countries individually. So starting from Estonia, it's one of the fastest growing countries in Europe. So it is also known as the Silicon Valley of Europe because there's a lot of facilities and incentives for individuals and businesses and startups to invest in Estonia. The most important place to visit, of course, is the capital city, which is Tallinn. So it is a beautifully preserved medieval city. Alright, the entire old town is still has its own fortress walls. Alright, and the whole city itself is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So when you walk into the old town, it feels like you are walking into a medieval fortress. Yeah, like you can see all the walls and towers still intact. And furthermore, when you are there, like if you just visit the main plaza or any street for that matter, the locals like to wear medieval costumes.
Wow.
Yeah, so they will dress up and then they will do various performances. And it's daily.
Wow.
Yeah, so they will do things. Yeah, so they will do things like folk dance. They will do skits. Skits, like for example, like there's a group of traveling band, and then maybe they'll do a dance performance in the middle of the city, that kind of thing. Yeah, so it's quite interesting, like you see them all in the very very old costume. And then there was once I even saw a very very unique sight. It's a medieval execution.
Execution.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, but of course it's
Already.
yeah, of course it's fake but then I mean it's just the bag. Yeah, they just put a bag like a head but it's not okay. But anyway, like I say, you see a lot of interesting performances related to medieval life. And then when you go for food, right, you enter the taverns, for example, they all have the old decorations, and then they also have people who are dressed in medieval costumes and they play the old instruments, like those wind instruments and all that.
So walking through the streets, they actually feel like it's a festival every day.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It feels like you are just going back in time, that kind of thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
400 years ago.
That's interesting. Yeah. Christy, the country next to Estonia is called Latvia. Okay. Their capital city is Riga. Okay. Riga is a pretty amazing because of almost all of its architecture resemble the Victorian era decorative arts, and it's nice to take pictures of the cityscape.
Oh, I also hear that Latvia has a lot of castles and the palace.
Haha, you're right again. Okay, around the region there are the famous city of Seguda, which has Turaida castles, okay, and the Jelgava's palace, which is the largest Baroque palace in the Baltics. Okay. The Baltics is really a place for many beautiful architectures.
Wow, I love beautiful architecture buildings. And when I'm young, I'm also imaged I'm a princess in a fairy tale story.
Wow, in a fairy tale story. Wow, okay.
Okay, then let me take both of you to Lithuania, my favorite country. So the capital is Vilnius, and similar to Riga, it also has a lot of Baroque architectures. But what makes Vilnius a popular place is to go to a nearby place 1 hour away from the city. It's called TRAKAI Castle. Okay, what's so special is that this castle is on an island in the middle of the lake.
Oh, nice.
I mean, you think of Lake Bled in Slovakia, right? So it's similar, except this time you don't need to row a boat. There's actually a bridge that connects from the mainland to the island itself.
So how far away from the mainland to the castles? To walk to?
You mean the bridge?
Yeah, the bridge.
So actually it's quite short. If you walk, maybe about 15 to 20 minutes.
That's 15 to 20 minutes.
I mean,
I was going to say
15 to 20 minutes is a
short walk. Okay, for you it's short. Okay.
I mean, you will want to stand and take some pictures.
Okay. At least we have sceneries to look at while we're looking through the 15 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So then another unique place when you travel between Lithuania and Latvia, doesn't matter where you are going in or out. One of the most important places to see is the hill of crosses. So imagine a hill, alright, and everything is all large crosses. You know, the Christian cross,
the crosses.
Yeah. So basically, that's what you will see in this place.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually meant as a monument, as a tribute. But now, of course, it's just an open air for people to see,
for more people, for people to take pictures as well.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Then when you are also so like if you want to see other cities that are famous in Lithuania, there's also Kaunas. Kaunas is where my friend is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Kaunas is also the former capital of
the
Lithuania.
secret friend is
Secret
okay.
friend.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually a very, very small town. Most famous actually is for its university.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Then the last one is Klaipėda. Klaipėda is all the way to the northwest of Lithuania. It's a port city. So usually there will be crews coming in from Sweden, for example. Then and every season there is always like a musical festival. It's always held in Klaipėda.
It's a good city.
Yeah. Alright, so so much for sightseeing. Maybe we'll proceed to Christy's favorite topic.
I know, oh my god. Please tell me it's food.
Correct. Okay, so interestingly, Baltics, although it's very near the sea, right? It is not so popular for the seafood as compared to Scandinavia. Yeah, mostly it's popular for meat related.
Special meat.
Meat and potato.
Yes.
Okay, because Lithuania is one of the biggest country. One of the biggest producer of potatoes. Yeah. So what they will do things like dumplings. Okay, the dumplings made of potato flour. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Alright. Then the dumplings will be filled with minced meat. Okay, all kinds of minced meat. Right. So chicken, pork. Mostly chicken lah. Beef also have. Sometimes they will add some cheese.
Yes.
If you love cheese, it's also one of the most popular fillings. And others will be like mushrooms. They will also put inside as well. Yeah. So that's the most popular dish in Lithuania. For this, then within these three countries, it will be the cold soup, like the borscht, a bit similar to the Russian borscht. Right? So it's made of beetroot, cucumber, and they will add a bit of like buttermilk, sour cream, hard-boiled eggs, similar to borscht again. Yeah. Then one other dish, two other dishes, I can say. Famous in Estonia. Okay, one is the BREAVER stew.
Beaver.
Beaver stews. Yeah. So beaver it tastes like a bit like beef lah. Okay, but other dishes that are famous in Estonia is the bear.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you ever tried bear meat before?
No, my god, it's very unique food.
They have a lot of unique food there. They have like reindeer or the deer. rabbit, moose.
Look at her expression.
But the most exotic one is the band. So it comes in you can either buy it in the burger or you can buy it as the sausage.
I see.
Yeah.
Might not be a good idea to tell me.
Oh well. Maybe Connie can introduce some lighter.
Yeah, Christine. So maybe I will actually recommend you some light snacks. Okay.
Okay.
So there are fried bread, rye bread. Okay. With garlic and served with melted cheese will trigger your taste bud better. Okay. And maybe goes well with the Baltic delicious fruit wine. Okay. The fruit wines are usually the main ingredients is actually apple. But sometimes they do use bilberries or chokeberries, which are the other choices of the fruits as well. Okay. In Baltic, rye bread and malt are used to produce a non-alcoholic dark and sparkling beverage known as the kvass to replace beer. Okay, this is a lighter. That's the reason why, and it's very healthy. Okay, it is much demand during the hot summer days.
So from what you and William introduced, Baltic food is so much different from other part of Europe. They are mostly meat eaters.
Yes, they're more exotic eaters, like beavers, reindeer, bear.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, you know what? I think Zoe will love it.
Yeah.
Zoe,
she's explorer.
No, Zoe professed herself to be a meat lover. Too bad she's not here in this episode.
She's a
today.
seafood lover. Okay.
Yeah, seafood lovers. And Zoe is barbecue lovers.
Barbecue. Oh, that's true. Okay, then how about let's bring you to another of your favorite topic. Shopping.
Yeah. Okay. Each country has something unique for us to bring back to Singapore as souvenirs. But she's so excited. Okay. However, there are a few things that you can buy from all Baltic states. Okay. For example, like the amber jewelry. Okay, and the liqueur. Okay. These two things you can buy from these three countries. Right. Of course, liqueur, they have different flavors from different countries. For example, like Estonia. Estonia has its own liqueur flavor, which is made of rum. Okay. Latvia liqueur is called the Riga Black Balsam. Okay, which has 24 ingredients. Some of the main ingredients are the herbs, roots, berries, fruit juices, honey, burnt sugar, and some are very specific ingredients like the golden gentian, which is a kind of herbs. Okay, and the balsamic oil. Okay.
This reminds me of the Yang Ming Jiu.
I mean, something like 24 ingredients.
Yeah.
I think this part is a William's favorite because I think William is a wine lover.
Actually, that's true. I drink.
So we have the seafood lover, we have the meat lover, and the wine lover.
Yeah. So wine, there will taste all three different kind of liquor.
And I'm a shopping
And
lover.
bring the best one back to Singapore.
But I like to try different kind of liquor. So it's not just wine. Like I also like meats,
I can tell.
honey meats,
Yeah.
ice wine, that kind of thing.
Okay, coming to Lufthansa. Lufthansa liqueur is called Krupnikus. Okay, this is actually made from honey and many other herbs. Okay. So you can see that all liqueurs are different from each other. So you can buy some back if you are there. Okay, you can taste it first and then buy some back. Buy the best one back.
Yeah. Bring the best one back to Singapore.
For
Yes. Okay.
Okay, then Christy, there are actually still lots more to buy besides alcohol.
Yes.
But if you buy alcohol, of course, it costs to pay. Okay, anyway, from Estonia, you can buy things like wood carved items. Okay, because they actually many parts of Estonia is still covered by forests, and they actually do a lot of wood crafting from this. So they make very good souvenirs from that. Also other things like knitwear, like scarves and sweaters, right? And I know some people may or may not like it, but marzipan is a very, very popular kind of soft candy that is served in Estonia. Yeah. In Latvia, you can also buy other souvenirs like beacons, honey, of course, and the most famous candy that they have is the serenade and liquor chocolate. In Lithuania, there's also similar souvenirs like tablecloth, placemats, those kind of textiles, and they have very nice patterns on them. If you actually go in the restaurants, you'll see that all their tables always have different kind of tablecloth. Yeah, so it's actually very popular there. And of course, if you want to buy some food back, the Lithuanian cake, we call it sakopis. It comes in a small travel bag, so it's easy to bring back. And like what she said earlier, she mentioned the bread chips, also the dill chips. It's also quite tasty. Yeah.
So Christy, you're going to bring your biggest luggage there?
Oh, definitely. Will bring my 28-inch luggage.
Okay, well, I hope everyone has somewhat know more about Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. We do have a short clip to show you some of the features of these places. We hope you can please enjoy. So, thank you all for watching. We hope that you enjoyed this episode for our introductions to the Baltics. If you have enjoyed this episode, please help to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel and to our Facebook. And don't forget, of course, as always, we have a quiz right after this. Comment your right answers below to win a prize.
感谢大家今天收看我们本期的节目。那千万不要忘记帮助我们点赞和分享啊！如果你喜欢我们的视频，那在节目的最后呢，我们还是会有有奖问答的环节，请把你们认为正确的答案写在评论区，有机会赢得奖品哦。
OK，谢谢大家，拜拜。
拜拜。